Okay, in this segment we're going to talk all about camera work. This will also cover a lot on demo recording because the two go hand in hand when working with the source engine. Now you should have already done this in the intro, but just in case, be sure to double check that you copied over the needed files folder, because we're going to be working in one of the maps from Galaxy Gulp and we'll need those files. Once you're sure you've copied the files over, go ahead and launch Half-Life 2 Episode 1. And here we are inside the game. Now the first thing you're going to want to do here is make sure the console is enabled. This lets us enter in all sorts of commands that will make it easier for us to film. To do this, go to Options, then Keyboard, then Advanced, then make sure this option here is checked, Enable Developer Console. Then press OK and close the Options window. Now if you press the tilde key on your keyboard, it brings up the console window. And to load up your map, type map space GG-fight, then press enter. This is going to load a scene from Galaxy Gulp. This is the part in the movie where the guy runs out from the store, shouts that a fight has broken out, and keeps on running. It's a pretty simple scene, but it will be good for testing different camera techniques. Okay, it's up. The first thing we're going to want to do is bring down the console by pressing the tilde key, as we have some commands we'll want to enter. And the first command we want is SV_cheats1. This stands for server cheats on, and will allow us to turn on cheat codes, which we'll want for some commands. Okay, let's go back to the game for a second. If you look around, you can see a crosshair in the middle of your screen. It blends against the stars a little bit, but you can see it against the column. We obviously don't want this, so let's disable it. Press the tilde key again. Now we're going to want to type in CL_draw HUD space 0. This turns off almost all 2D images, like the crosshair. As you can see, it's now gone.
Forever.
Okay, press tilde again. I'm typing in another command, CL_showTextMSG space 0. This is usually unnecessary, but this eliminates some title messages that would normally get in your way, even with the HUD turned off. Alright, let's go back to the game. Now this doesn't matter for this particular map, but pretend you were filming in a regular Half-Life level and started off with a suit and weapons. I'm going to simulate that now by giving myself a weapon. You don't need to know this command I'm entering here. For the curious, I'm typing give weapon crowbar. Okay, now you can see I have a weapon blocking my view. If you have this problem, here's what you can do to get rid of it. Go to the console again, then type R_draw_view_model space 0. And ta-da, it's gone. Alright, now we have a pretty clean looking screen for our camera. Now you can't notice without looking at a map editor, but I actually have a trigger set up to start our scene as soon as I start walking forward in the game. Let's run that now to show you what the scene looks like. Okay, he runs out.
Somebody call the police, a fight's broken out.
Says his line, then runs away. Now one thing you may be wondering is why I'm so far away from all the characters. Well, let me show you what happens when we get closer. Unfortunately, you are not a static observer. Okay, notice how he turned to me a little bit? That's really caused some problems.
We were looking to join you, Dr. Freeman.
Yeah, see, look at this. This is ludicrous.
We serve the same mystery.
They're all talking to you and running around following you like groupies. Alright, well this scene is thoroughly ruined, so let's run it again. Open up the console, now type restart, and this will reset the map to the beginning. And it should load faster this time since it already has the map cached. Now to prevent that from happening again, we need to tell the computer AI to ignore us. To do this, bring down the console, then type no target. This is a cheat code that requires that cheats be turned on before it will work. Now normally when you type this, you get a confirmation saying that no target is on or off. I honestly have no idea why it's not showing that right now. But when I tested this earlier, it still worked, so we should be alright. You have to watch it though. If I were to type this again, it would turn no target back off. Alright, now let's watch the scene again. This time let's get up close and personal.
Somebody call the police, a fight's broken out.
See, nobody's looking at me. And now I can watch the fight without everyone freaking out. This is like when celebrities wear disguises so they can go out in public. Now you're not entirely invisible to the world. You can still bump into things and cause other problems. So on that note, let me show you how to walk through walls and fly around. Go ahead and bring up the console again. Now type in no clip and press enter. Now if I move around, I can fly anywhere I want. See, I can go right through the window, get a close-up view of the samurai. I can go outside and get a nice aerial view of the whole scene. This grants you a lot of flexibility with making your camera shots, so you'll really have no excuse for not being able to get the angle you want when filming. Now, you're still not completely immune to world interaction. It may be hard to tell, but notice how the doors still open for me when I pass through them. You can still cause problems for the scene when you're in this mode, but your interaction is very limited, allowing you to film more. Alright, this wraps up some of the basic commands useful in camera work. This will get more involved when we do demo recording, which is what's coming up next. For now, bring down the console again, and another command worth knowing is disconnect. This will close the map you're working in. And finally, exit exits the game. Now you're going to see little intermissions between each lesson here, so I can figure out what I'm doing and be more succinct. Then I won't waste your time trying to remember everything, like what day it is. So if you see in the console things that are slightly different each time, don't worry about it. It's nothing you missed in the lesson. I'll still be covering everything you need to know. Okay, up next is demo recording.